An aircraft crosses into hostile airspace, surrounded by radar systems designed to spot anything that moves through the sky. Yet for crucial moments, it remains difficult to track, harder to target, and easier to lose than anything that came before it. This isn't because it's invisible, and it isn't relying on science fiction tricks. It's the result of very deliberate design choices that quietly reshape how detection works. So what actually makes an aircraft a stealth fighter, and how do those designs reduce the chances of being seen in the first place? Let's break down how stealth really works, and why it matters in modern air combat. Right here, on History of Simple Things. The foundation of stealth begins with radar, because radar is the primary method used to detect aircraft at long distances. Radar systems emit radio waves that travel outward until they strike an object, then bounce back to the receiver, revealing an aircraft's location, speed, and movement. Conventional fighter jets reflect a large portion of this energy due to their rounded surfaces, exposed engines, and external weapons, making them easy to spot. Stealth fighters are designed to dramatically reduce this reflected energy, lowering what is known as the radar cross-section. This doesn't make the aircraft disappear, but it does shrink how large it appears on radar, allowing it to fly closer before detection occurs, which can be the difference between being tracked early or slipping through unnoticed. The most critical factor in stealth design is the aircraft's shape. Stealth fighters use flat, angled surfaces and carefully aligned edges to redirect radar waves away from the source instead of reflecting them back. This is why stealth aircraft often appear sharp, angular, or unusually flat compared to older designs. Every surface is oriented, so incoming radar energy is scattered in directions that do not return to the radar receiver. Even small details matter, including panel seams, access doors, and edges, all of which are aligned with the aircraft's overall geometry. Curved surfaces, which reflect radar in multiple directions, are largely avoided because they increase detectability. Modern stealth aircraft are the result of extensive computer modeling that predicts how radar waves interact with every inch of the airframe. While shaping does most of the work, stealth fighters also rely on radar-absorbing materials to further reduce radar returns. These materials absorb portions of the incoming radar energy and convert it into small amounts of heat instead of reflecting it. Some of these materials are embedded within the aircraft structure, while others are applied as surface coatings. Early stealth aircraft required delicate coatings that were difficult to maintain, but advances in materials science have made modern stealth finishes far more durable. Even so, these materials still require careful inspection and upkeep. It's important to understand that radar-absorbing materials enhance stealth rather than define it. Without proper shaping, their impact would be limited. External weapons and fuel tanks create strong radar reflections, which is why stealth fighters are designed to carry their weapons internally. Missiles and bombs are stored inside enclosed bays that remain shut during flight, opening only briefly when weapons are deployed. This preserves the aircraft's low radar profile for most of the mission. Engine design is equally important. The front face of a jet engine is highly reflective to radar, so stealth fighters use curved or S-shaped air intakes that block a direct radar view of the engine's compressor blades. Exhaust systems are also carefully shaped and partially shielded to reduce both radar and heat signatures, even if this slightly reduces maximum engine efficiency. Stealth isn't limited to radar. Infrared sensors can detect the heat produced by engines and air friction. To reduce this risk, stealth fighters are designed to manage and disperse heat as efficiently as possible. Engine exhaust is mixed with cooler air and shielded by the aircraft's structure to lower its infrared visibility. The aircraft's skin materials help spread heat more evenly, reducing concentrated hotspots that infrared sensors can lock onto. These measures do not eliminate infrared detection entirely, but they significantly reduce the range at which the aircraft can be detected, particularly by ground-based systems or other aircraft using infrared search and track technology. Stealth is not a single feature or a permanent state, it is a situational advantage. Detection depends on distance, angle, radar frequency, and operating conditions. A stealth fighter may be extremely difficult to detect from certain angles, while being more visible from others. Because of this, stealth aircraft are designed to operate alongside advanced sensors, electronic warfare systems, and carefully planned tactics. Pilots manage radar use, communications, altitude, and flight paths to maintain stealth advantages. Onboard computers help control emissions that could give away the aircraft's position. Stealth works best when combined with intelligence, coordination, and precise mission planning rather than relying on low observability alone. An aircraft becomes a stealth fighter not through a single breakthrough, but through a carefully engineered balance of design choices working together. Angled shapes reduce radar reflections, specialized materials absorb remaining signals, internal weapons preserve clean profiles, and heat management limits infrared detection. Stealth does not make an aircraft invisible, and it does not guarantee dominance on its own, but it fundamentally reshapes how and when an aircraft is detected. By delaying tracking and complicating targeting, stealth fighters give pilots more time, more flexibility, and a crucial advantage in modern air combat. In the end, stealth is less about disappearing completely and more about controlling the moment the enemy finally realizes you were there at all. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.